In ancient Egypt's pantheon, beyond the famous Ra and Osiris, there was He, the god of infinity and eternity. He's essence was not tied to temples or epic tales, but to the silent, unending passage of time itself. He embodied the boundless, the limitless, and the eternal, a symbol invoked to grant kings and mortals the ultimate wish existence without end. As a member of the Ogdoad, He represented the infinite potential before creation, a concept woven into Egypt's very soul. His image on royal treasures and tombs was a testament to the Egyptian longing for continuity and the hope that life could last for millions of years. Let us journey back to the Nile's banks and seek the elusive He, the god who held eternity in his hands. To understand He, we must grasp the Egyptian view of time, not linear, but cyclical, echoing the sun's daily journey and the Nile's annual flood. Egyptians distinguished between Jet, linear time, and Neha, the cyclical, regenerative time that He personified. Neha was the eternal recurrence of creation, the heartbeat of the cosmos. He's image became a powerful symbol of this worldview, promising that the king's reign and Egypt's prosperity would endure forever. Temples, pyramids, and mummification were all built on this belief in eternal cycles. By invoking He, Egyptians sought to connect mortal life to the infinite timeline of the gods. He was the bridge between human finitude and divine eternity. The Egyptians saw numbers as mystical, and He's hieroglyph, a kneeling man with upraised arms, stood for 1,000,000, their symbol for infinity. He was the god of millions of years, invoked in royal texts as a wish for endless reign and life. His image was a magical spell for eternity, blending mathematics and divinity. As part of the Ogdoad, He and his consort Hauhet personified the infinite, boundless chaos before creation. He was not just the god of infinite time, but of infinite space and potential. Some link his name to the word for flood, tying him to the primordial, life-giving waters. He is the eternal beginning and endless continuation, a reminder of the infinite chaos beneath the ordered world. He is woven into the very mathematics and mythology of creation. Now let's explore He's roles, appearance, and legacy. He is depicted kneeling, holding notched palm branches, symbols of countless years, and often shen rings representing eternity. Sometimes he appears as a frog-headed man, linking him to fertility and regeneration. Though He had no major temples, his image adorned royal jewelry and amulets, bestowing wishes for eternal reign. Artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb and temple reliefs immortalize He, making the abstract concept of eternity tangible. Through these treasures, his story endures, a visible legacy of the god of millions of years. Before creation, there was only the Nu, a boundless, watery chaos. From this abyss emerged the Ogdoad, 8 primordial deities, 4 male and 4 female, embodying the elements of pre-creation. The males, frog-headed, and females, snake-headed, swam through the infinite waters, representing the raw forces before order. Among them were He and Hauhet, personifying infinite space and boundlessness. Their presence placed the concept of endlessness at the very start of Egyptian cosmology. The Ogdoad's myth explains creation as the balance of chaotic forces, not a single act. Their story is the essential prologue to the emergence of light, life, and order from the infinite waters. The Ogdoad embodies the pre-creation chaos, with 4 divine pairs representing distinct qualities. Nu and Naunet personify the primordial watery abyss. He and Hauhet represent infinity and endlessness. Kek and Kauket embody the profound darkness. Amun and Amonet represent the hidden nature of primordial forces. Together, these pairs form a picture of non-existence, a balanced chaos with the potential for creation. According to the creation myth of Hermopolis, the Ogdoad's energies swirled and coalesced, culminating in a cataclysm. In another version, the Ogdoad created a cosmic egg. Laid by the great cackler, it contained the spirit of the creator god. The climax was the hatching of the egg, from which burst forth the god of light, Ra or Atum. This was the first sunrise, establishing light and dark. The Ogdoad's purpose was fulfilled, and they retired to the underworld. This illustrates He's importance. The boundless waters needed their endlessness to contain creation. They were the divine forces from which the ordered world was born. After the Ogdoad's creative act, He transitioned from primordial chaos. He became a crucial pillar in maintaining cosmic order, supporting the universe. He assisted Shu in holding up Nut, creating space for life. He became a symbol of stability, ensuring cosmic structure. 8 He gods supported the celestial cow, ensuring the sky's eternal place. He evolved from chaos to stability, guaranteeing order for millions of years. Linked to Ma'at, He preserved divine harmony. This informed his association with kingship. The pharaoh supported Ma'at on earth, mirroring He's cosmic role. To the ancient Egyptians, forever was a tangible promise, personified by the god He. The god of millions of years, defined his function. In a world of cycles, He represented the one that never ended. This was Neher time, the regenerative eternity He controlled. Millions of years was their way of articulating infinity, a wish for endless life and stability. A pharaoh wishing for millions of years called upon He, asking for his rule to be woven into cosmic time. He was the divine accountant of eternity, the force that underpinned efforts like the pyramids, mummification, and the Egyptian worldview. They embraced eternity as a dynamic state of constant renewal. He was the divine metronome, part of an endless, beautiful pattern. He is deeply connected to the primordial waters of Nu. Before light or land, there was only this boundless ocean. The name He is related to an ancient word for flood. He embodies the infinite aspect of this cycle. He is the eternal promise that the life-giving waters will always be a source of renewal. He represents the boundless quality of the pre-creation waters. He is a divine memory of the limitless existence that came before. He represents an eternity filled with endless possibility. In ancient Egypt, numbers held deep symbolic meaning. The number 1,000,000 was inextricably linked with He. The hieroglyph used to write 1,000,000 was a depiction of the god He himself. This fusion of a deity and a number tells us that the concept of 1,000,000 was so immense it entered the realm of the divine. It became their symbol for infinity. When a scribe recorded a pharaoh's wish for millions of years, they were drawing a prayer. He was the living embodiment of a number that meant forever. The choice of 1,000,000 as the representation of infinity speaks to the Egyptian sense of scale and ambition. He, as both a god and a number, perfectly encapsulates this worldview. While He personifies one of the most abstract concepts imaginable, infinity, the ancient Egyptians were masters at translating such ideas into powerful, tangible symbols. He was not a distant, untouchable deity. His essence was captured through very specific and consistent iconography. This transformation from abstract idea to concrete image was crucial for his integration into religious and royal life. It allowed the concept of endlessness to be worn as an amulet, carved onto a throne, or held in the hand of a king as a scepter. He became a portable piece of eternity. The primary purpose of this symbolism was to make the wish for eternal life a physical reality. When a craftsman fashioned jewelry depicting He, holding palm branches of years, he was not just creating a beautiful object. He was building a magical engine, an artifact charged with divine power. The owner was believed to be brought under the direct influence of the god, their finite lifespan connected to his infinite timeline. The symbol was not merely a representation, it was a conduit for his power, making the abstract promise of eternity a tangible possession. This process of making the abstract concrete is a hallmark of Egyptian religious art. The gods were given specific forms, colors, and attributes so they could be understood, worshipped, and interacted with. His classic depiction as a kneeling man made him approachable. He was not the terrifying, formless chaos of the primordial ocean, but a recognizable divine figure with clear, benevolent purpose. This visual identity allowed him to be incorporated into complex scenes alongside other gods and the pharaoh. Ultimately, his journey from philosophical concept to tangible symbol demonstrates the genius of ancient Egyptian culture. They took the most profound questions, the nature of time, space, and eternity, and created a visual language to control them. He stands as the supreme example of this process. He is infinity given a face, a form, and a function. By transforming him into a symbol, the Egyptians could grasp the ungraspable, hold on to forever, and express their deepest hope for millions and millions of years. Hair is often depicted as a bearded man in a distinctive kneeling posture. This pose is both stable and active, a metaphor for enduring eternity. It represents perpetual duty, not subservience. He supports the universe, holding time and space together. His kneeling recalls his duty of helping Shu support Nut, the sky goddess. Kneeling on the Neb sign, he's declared Lord of all that is eternal. His posture symbolizes support, endurance, and authority. This iconography was crucial for his use on amulets, transforming infinity into a relatable form. His posture conveys his purpose in a single, elegant form. The god Hair is often shown holding powerful objects. These are the tools of his divine trade. The notched palm branch or palm rib symbolizes year. Hair grips it firmly. Often at the base is the shen ring. The shen represents cyclicality and eternity. Placing the shen ring at the base reinforces the message. He is the embodiment of infinite years. These symbols are essential to his identity. The combination of these symbols created a visual formula for eternity. It was intended to actively channel Hair's power. While the kneeling man is Hair's most famous form, it is not his oldest. To find his original image, we must travel back to the primordial chaos of the Nu, to his origins as a member of the Ogdoad of Hermopolis. The four male deities of the Ogdoad, including Hair, were depicted with the heads of frogs, a symbol of spontaneous generation, fertility and renewal. This form emphasizes his role not just as a god of infinite time, but as a source of endless life. The frog-headed man is Hair, the primordial creator, while the kneeling man with palm branches is Hair, the cosmic sustainer. This older, amphibious form is a crucial part of Hair's identity, reminding us that the god of millions of years was born from the fertile mud of the Nile. Hair's role was significant in Egyptian kingship. From the Old Kingdom, he symbolized royal ideology. The pharaoh, a divine intermediary, needed to project permanence. The wish for a reign lasting millions of years ensured Egypt's prosperity. Hair, personifying this wish, was favored in the royal court. Millions of years became a standard phrase in royal inscriptions and documents, a declaration of ambition. Invoking Hair tapped into the cosmos's eternal engine, proclaiming the pharaoh's rule as cosmically significant. His image transformed into a political statement about the pharaoh's timeless authority. Including Hair on royal possessions was potent magic, bestowing endless time. He became a constant presence, a silent guardian for a future without end. He offered earthly eternity for the king's reign. The wish for millions of years was for the eternal continuation of Egypt. The god Hair in royal iconography symbolized more than just a long life. It was a profound assertion of the king's legitimacy and cosmic sanction. Aligning with Hair declared the king's reign a continuation of divine creation. Hair, presenting symbols to the king's cartouche, visually proclaimed divine endorsement. This was a visual proclamation of the king's absolute, timeless authority. His image constantly reminded the king of his sacred duty. This symbolism peaked during prosperous times. Rulers like Tutankhamun extensively used Hair's image. Hair on royal regalia asserted the king's legitimate place within the divine order. The favour Hair enjoyed within the royal court is most evident in the sheer variety and quality of the objects on which he was depicted. His image was not confined to obscure religious texts, but was a prominent feature of the material culture that surrounded the pharaoh. He appeared on everything from small personal amulets, perhaps worn daily for protection and longevity, to the grand ceremonial furniture that adorned the palace and the tomb. This widespread use demonstrates how deeply the concept of Hair was integrated into the fabric of royal life, serving as a constant, tangible reminder of the quest for an eternal reign and an everlasting legacy. Among the most spectacular examples are the treasures discovered in the tomb of Tutankhamun. Here, Hair is not a minor figure, but a star of the show. One of the most beautiful artifacts is a ceremonial chair made of cedar, its back intricately carved with the figure of Hair kneeling atop the hieroglyph for gold. He holds his palm branches, symbolizing millions of years of life and rule. Another stunning find is a delicate mirror case, ingeniously shaped as the ankh, the symbol of life, with the handle formed by a kneeling figure of He. This masterfully combines the concepts of life and eternity into a single elegant object for the king's personal use. The symbolism became even more profound on objects of ritual significance. The famous alabaster lotus chalice, also from Tutankhamun's tomb, is a perfect example. The cup, shaped like a white lotus in bloom, has handles on either side formed by figures of He kneeling on tadpoles and holding up the flowers. The entire vessel is an intricate allegory for creation, rebirth, and eternal life, with He literally supporting the chalice from which the king would drink. This artifact, often called the wishing cup, carries an inscription expressing the wish that the king's spirit may live for millions of years and behold wondrous sights, a prayer made manifest in stone. This royal patronage ensured He's enduring legacy. While he never had a large state-sponsored temple dedicated solely to him, his sanctuary was the royal court itself. He was worshipped not through public festivals, but through the private, potent magic of exquisite craftsmanship. His image on a pectoral, a throne, or a chalice was a more direct and personal form of veneration, one that tied his divine power directly to the body and life of the king. Through these magnificent artifacts, the abstract god of infinity was made real, becoming a personal guardian of the pharaoh's journey toward an eternity of millions and millions of years. Among Tutankhamun's treasures, the alabaster lotus chalice beautifully captures the Egyptian wish for eternal life. Often called the wishing cup, it's a masterpiece of symbolic art conveying rebirth and endless existence. The lotus flower symbolizes creation and regeneration. The handles feature the god He, the god of infinity, supporting the lotus. He clutches palm ribs, symbols for millions of years, reinforcing endless time. An ankh, the symbol of life, links eternity with life itself. The chalice inscription wishes the king's car to live for millions of years, beholding happiness. This makes the lotus chalice a personal artifact, promising forever, supported by the god of infinity. Beyond the gold of Tutankhamun's tomb, a cedar chair offers a glimpse into the royal court. This intimate piece is rich with symbolic meaning. The carving that adorns its backrest is a powerful statement. At the center, He is depicted grasping notched palm branches, signifying his control over time. He is the foundation upon which the king's eternal rule is built. It was more than just a place to sit. It was a ritual to sustain the king's connection to the divine. The reign of Tutankhamun was supported by the unending power of the god of infinity. Long before the time of Tutankhamun, during the prosperous era of the Middle Kingdom, the god He was already a central figure in the exquisite jewelry of the royal family. One of the most magnificent examples of this is a pectoral or chest ornament belonging to Princess Sithethorionet, the daughter of King Senusret II. Discovered in her tomb at Lahun, this piece is honestly a breathtaking masterpiece of goldsmithing and inlay work, crafted from gold, carnelian, lapis lazuli, and turquoise. Its intricate design is not merely decorative. It is a complex and perfectly balanced composition of hieroglyphs that form a powerful statement of royal power and eternal life. At the heart of this stunning pectoral sits the kneeling figure of He, poised between two majestic falcon gods who represent Horus. He is depicted holding his two palm branches, which curve upwards to frame the central element of the entire piece, the cartouche containing the throne name of his father, King Senusret II. This arrangement is, well, a masterclass in symbolic communication. It visually proclaims that He, the god of infinity, is personally offering millions of years of reign to the king, whose authority is watched over and protected by the divine power of Horus. The princess, by wearing this jewel, became a living vessel for this powerful wish for her father's eternal rule. Every detail of the pectoral reinforces this message of eternity and divine order. The entire scene rests upon a bar decorated with a repeating zigzag pattern, representing the primordial waters of Nu, from which all life and order emerged. The tadpoles upon which the palm branches rest symbolize the number 100,000, compounding the wish for an immense span of time. The two ankh symbols hanging from the tadpoles add the promise of life to the formula. The pectoral is, in essence, a wearable cryptographic sentence that reads, The god Horus gives millions of years of life and rule to King Senusret II. This object demonstrates that his association with royalty was not limited to the pharaoh alone, but extended to the entire royal family. By wearing this pectoral, Princess Sithathorionet was not only displaying her immense wealth and status, but was also actively participating in the state cult of divine kingship. She was, in a very real sense, a living part of the magical apparatus designed to sustain the king's reign and ensure the stability of Egypt. The pectoral is more than just jewelry. It is a potent amulet of state, a testament to the deep integration of hair into the very heart of royal ideology, and a stunning relic of his enduring favour. The presence of hair on Egyptian artifacts extends far beyond the famous treasures of chalices and pectorals, appearing on a wide variety of objects that permeated royal and elite life. One of the most inventive examples from Tutankhamun's tomb is a mirror case shaped like an ankh, the hieroglyph for life. The handle of this life symbol is ingeniously formed by a figure of the god Hair kneeling on a basket. This brilliant design seamlessly merges the concepts of life and eternity into a single functional object. Every time the king reached for his mirror, he would be physically grasping a handle that represented a life lasting for millions of years, a powerful and intimate daily ritual. Her hair also appears on numerous cosmetic containers and small decorative boxes, often as part of a larger symbolic scene. On a calcite unguent jar belonging to Tutankhamun, hair is part of a tableau celebrating the unity of Upper and Lower Egypt, once again reinforcing the idea that the nation's stability is wished for all eternity. His inclusion on such personal items suggests that the desire for endlessness was not just a matter of state propaganda, but was also a deeply personal hope. These objects would have been handled frequently, their symbolic power absorbed through daily use, embedding the promise of hair into the very fabric of the owner's existence. Beyond the portable treasures of tombs, Hair's image was also carved into the enduring stone of temple walls, ensuring his message would last for the millions of years he represented. In the magnificent Temple of Rameses II at Abydos, for instance, Hair is depicted in detailed bas-reliefs, often in scenes related to the king's divine birth or his Jubilee festival, the Heb-Sed, which was a ritual of royal rejuvenation. Here, Hair's presence served as a permanent public declaration that the king's reign was blessed by the gods with the promise of renewal and an infinite future, a message for all to see for all time. From the grandest temple reliefs to the smallest golden amulets, the consistent presence of Hair reveals his integral role in the Egyptian quest for permanence. He was a versatile and essential symbol, adaptable to any medium, whether it be stone, wood, gold, or alabaster. Each artifact featuring his image is another data point, another piece of evidence showing how a civilization took the most abstract of all concepts, infinity, and made it a tangible, personal, and ever-present ally. These treasures and relics are the lasting legacy of her physical manifestations of a hope that has echoed through the millennia, the desire for a life and a world that would never end. As we draw our journey to a close, we find ourselves amidst the sands of Egypt. Hair, the god of infinity, reveals himself as a cornerstone of the ancient Egyptian worldview. He is the divine expression of humanity's fascination with forever. From primordial origins, he evolved into the steadfast supporter of the cosmos. In Hair, we see the remarkable ability to give form to the formless. His kneeling posture speaks of eternal duty. Hair is the quiet, constant force that ensures the sun will continue its daily journey. His story is a testament to a culture that saw time as a grand, repeating cycle of renewal. It was the divine thread connecting the finite life of a human to the infinite timeline of the gods. He is the embodiment of hope for a life and culture that endures. He is the quiet echo of infinity. Hair's legacy is immortalized in breathtaking art and artifacts. These magnificent objects eloquently tell Hair's story. They are sacred relics carrying the divine charge of Hair's power. Each depiction of Hair is a masterclass in symbolic communication. His image became a visual formula for endlessness. The consistency of his iconography speaks to the enduring power of the idea he represented, The treasures He adorns continue to captivate millions. He's image is the ultimate symbol of that audacious hope. He has, in a way, achieved his own purpose. The human quest for a connection to eternity, captured so perfectly in the figure of He, truly is timeless.